What's up, you guys? This is your girl Ama. Welcome back to my channel, Resilient Beauty. Of course, it's always a pleasure to have you guys back here on my channel just to share with you guys what the Lord has been sharing with me. So with that being said, y'all, today was the eclipse. And let me tell you, it was a very astonishing, also surreal, miraculous, beautiful, out of this world type of feeling and experience. And I got to experience that with my community. I saw families come together, kids, fathers and sons, just talking about it and being excited. It was such a it was such a beautiful experience, man. I think that is the best thing that's happened to me this whole entire year. The best experience I've had. But with that being said, I do want to jump into what I think the eclipse means. I did think about this wholeheartedly. God be my witness. I thought about making a video about what I personally was getting messages about what would be happening surrounding the eclipse. I don't know if you guys remember the post I made, I think it was a few weeks ago, about the eclipse, and I shared the location, the time, and the fact that it was here, but I didn't really dive deep. I'm not going to dive too deep into this video. I want to make it a 10-minute video, but just to let you guys hear what I felt like, not even what I felt, hear what the Lord was speaking to me. The number one thing I got from the eclipse, and I think I told you guys, was that a lot of exposure will come from this eclipse. Something shifted somewhere. Something shifted in the algorithm, in the atmosphere, in Earth, in the world, in space, however you want to call it, because we all get caught up with all these names. But I just know there's something shift, and I do believe that after today, April 8th, I do believe that we are going to start to see a lot of things be dug up from the surface. I feel, and I just heard too, from the grave, missing persons that's been missing for years, whatever, secrets that went into the grave, those things will be dug up. And I'm even hearing, I didn't want to say prior to, but I'm hearing dead bodies, meaning that should I say, Lord, the dead will expose. The dead will expose from the grave. The dead will expose people from the grave. But that was my first download that I got, that right off the bat, exposure. That's what I got. Another thing I got, that was really right off the bat, and it was personally for me, that I thought about me, was that I knew something in my life is going to change. I'm going to say this for you guys, because it's not about me. For some of you out there, there is some type of shift that has happened in your life surrounding this eclipse. And I feel like, not only feel like, in my spirit says that many of you will be set free from chains and bondages, generational curses and covenants. And a lot of y'all, personal witchcraft attacks, voodoo, hoodoo, in a bad intent way. Because I know sometimes those people, they use those things to heal. But you have the people with bad intentions that uses those things for bad things, right? And so the Lord is setting you free from those things. It's just something broke off of you. That's what it is. Something broke off of you. Something shifted surrounding this eclipse. It did. I felt it when I started hearing about the eclipse. I wasn't even here. I was actually in California on my way to California. I'm like, man, so you telling me I'm moving out right when, you know, and I just felt like I need to be there. And surprisingly, things did not work out in California. So I ended up here right in time for this eclipse, because something within my spirit and soul told me that I needed to be in Texas. I needed to be in my state. But something shifted, you guys. That's what I feel like. Another thing coming from the eclipse. People will be set free. Things will fall off in the spirit. Chains will be broken in the spirit. And I'm hearing judgment. Judgment. I'm hearing judgment. I'm really hearing judgment. That this is the time, right? Because prior to, you were hearing that judgment is coming, right? We haven't seen it yet. For some of you guys, I really feel like, and I got chills on my body literally, I really feel like judgment after this eclipse has happened. Oh my God, you're gonna hear the judgment of your enemies. You're gonna start hearing news. You know, you're gonna start hearing, look, the Bible says, suffer not a witch to live. So if you think I'm gonna be here like, oh, you know, I mean, I just want them to, no, I don't want nothing for you but the judgment of God. I don't want nothing for you but what God has for you. And if it's judgment, I applaud him, and I'm right. I approve of it, and I'm right along with him. Because again, like I always say, and I've said in my video time and time again, and people really need to put this in their brain, because some of us are still navigating on doubt. If some of your enemies, and we're not talking about people that hurt your feelings, said something wrong to you, those are not enemies. We're talking about people that are using spiritual, evil, wicked tools to frustrate your life and keep you binded. That's what I call enemies, right? That's what I call enemies. And I always say, if you think your enemy, if they had a chance to kill you or spare you, you think they're gonna spare you? They're not, and we know this. So I suffer not a witch to live, honey. I don't have no sympathy, and I don't have no emotions towards whatever God feels like he needs to do. So long I'm not putting things into my hand and I'm giving it to God and leaving it in his hand, he can do whatever he want to do, and I approve. So with that being said, yes, after this eclipse, for some of y'all, something shifted around your life. You will start to see the judgment of your enemies. You will start to see judgment befall on your enemies. This eclipse, for a lot of people, it came to clear things out of your life. It's like out with the old, in with the new. Complete darkness and then light. In complete darkness, do you have a perspective? Do you have sight in complete darkness? Think about that. And then when the light comes on, you can see. In darkness, you can hear and feel things are changing. But let's think about it. Put you in a room of dark with about 4 people. Super dark, can't see nothing. But you're hearing chairs moving. Da, 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 da. So before it was dark. The room was set a certain way. It became dark. No one can see, but you know, there's people operating and moving around things. And then when they put the light on now, it's a whole different organization of the room. A whole different new range of the room. I don't know if you guys are getting what I'm trying to say. Out with the old, in with the new. The dark came to do his job. And I feel like that dark came to wipe things out. The light is your new beginning after those things have been wiped out and checked out of your algorithm, out of your life, your destiny. Because some of y'all really do have people. I'm telling you guys. Oh. See, the ones who don't know and understand, that's because they don't have these type of problems and troubles. You can go out here and just smile and be a pure spirit, and people be like, so jealous of you just because you're smiling, and they see some type of light in you, and next thing you know, you're doing other different things. But we're not here for that subject. What I'm trying to say here is that eclipse was something special. The two indications I got was exposure. The other one was just basically cleaning house, knocking down things, you know, curses, all that was affecting you. I do believe you guys will start to see a change. Whoever this word is for and it applies to, I believe that you will start to see a change. Now, I want to also say this because I'm hearing the Lord wants me to reiterate this, okay? Look, I'm not going to tell nobody else how to serve the Lord because we are all individually not the same. Our journeys, our pathways, what we're called to do is not the same. Only thing that is the same is that we're ministering to people for the better of mankind and for the kingdom of God. Right? That's it. I said it to say is that I respect people and I will love people to respect me. When I talk about certain things that some Christians feel like it's witchy or it's this, it's that, it's not of God. Let me tell you something. The moon is of God. The sun is of God. The birds of the sky is of God. The trees blossoming in the fields is of God. Everything is of God. And when I say is of God, He is our creator. I don't care if you don't believe in Him and don't worship Him. He still created you. He created all things and we are all connected in some type of way. You understand? So when I'm talking about eclipse and the type of source and energy that is being pulled out of that may cause a shift for people, I'm not talking science. I'm not talking new age. I'm not talking witchcraft. I'm talking God. I'm talking God. God is in everything and I don't remove Him out of anything. Trust me. I don't worship the sun. I don't worship the moon. I worship God, the creator that created the sun and the moon. But I take in part that all these things matter, because if it didn't matter, then why is it here? If it didn't matter, why is it here? All those things count. All those things are connected to you. Prime example, if you've ever worked in the nursing field as a med tech, CNA, LVN, if you worked with people in memory care, there's this thing called sundowning, where behaviors start to change in the evening time when the sun is going down. There's also a thing where every full moon, it's like in a nursing home, especially with memory care, assisted living, it's like people are going, like, it's just a lot. If you are in the nursing field, you know what I'm talking about. It's a lot. A lot of things go down. Sundown and full moon, all of that. We are connected. So I don't want to go too deep into the speech about that. I just want to clarify that because I get so sick and tired of us